Hey guys, welcome back. Jordan here with the Nutty Gnome Homestead. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how we can carrots here on the homestead. So I'm going to get you guys turned around here and we're going to get right into this. So for the sake of time, I went on ahead and I cut up our carrots. We have about 9 pounds of carrots here. We're just going to go ahead and load up our jars. Now we cut our carrots in about inch to inch and a quarter chunks. And we're going to do a raw pack method today. You can do a hot pack method, but carrots are fairly simple to do. Raw pack, pretty easy. Cold jars, cold carrots, cold canner. Doesn't get any easier than that, guys. We're just going to make sure we get plenty of carrot stuff down in here. Now, we did peel our carrots. You can leave the skins on if you prefer. They do get a little tough, and if you don't get them clean, they can leave an off flavor in your jars. But my family prefers our carrots peeled anyway, so that's what we went on ahead and did. So we're just going to shake these, tap the bottom a couple of times. We're going to try to get as many carrots stuffed in here as we can. We're going to top off these other jars. I've got about 4 or 5 pieces. We're going to leave a 1-inch headspace on all of these jars. So what we're going to do now is I've got a kettle of water. Now, I boiled my water and let it come down to room temperature because our water's got a lot of chemicals in it. So I wanted to go ahead and off-gas some of that. So we're going to fill these jars up to about 1 inch of headspace, which, for those of you that don't know, that's about to the bottom rim. Right here is about 1 inch. If you want to use a headspace gauge, that's perfectly okay. We're just going to go ahead and get these all filled up. Now, if you want, you can add a little bit of salt. I think we'll add just a little bit to ours. Half a teaspoon. You can now add a little more if you want. But carrots are super easy to can. Anybody can do this. And they're great to have on the shelf for a quick meal during the week. It's hard to beat. I need just a little bit more water. So I'll be right back. Okay, so now that we've got our jars topped off with water, I'm just going to take a chopstick, measuring tool, something. I'm going to poke around in here and I'm going to debubble all of these. Make sure everything gets settled back down. It's amazing how much air bubbles are in these carrots, especially since they're not hot packed. There's a lot more air trapped in here. So we're just going to go around, top off any more jars that need it. An extra carrot or a little more liquid, that's fine. Now you could do a glazed carrot if you want. It's real simple to do. 2 cups of water, 2 cups of brown sugar, and a cup of orange juice. Bring that to a simmer, and you can use that as the liquid for your carrots. They are phenomenal, but sometimes you don't always want a sweet carrot. Sometimes you want a savory carrot. So, all right, guys, we're going to get these rims wiped off, and we're going to put our lids and flats on them. So I've got a little bit of vinegar on a paper towel, and we're just going to wipe these rims off. I added my salt. Now we're just going to wipe the rims off, put the flats and ring on. And when you tighten up the rings, make sure they're just finger tight. Don't let them get too tight because the lids will buckle. There we go. When I put the lids on, just finger tight, 2 fingers. That's all it takes. Now, I've got an all-American canner here. We're going to put our carrots in. Get the last one in there. And I've already put a wipe of olive oil around the top of the lid. Now, for my elevation, we're looking for 10 pounds of pressure for 30 minutes after you have let your canner come up to pressure. So we're just going to tighten up our lid, and we're going to go in opposite directions with our bolts up here, just like you would on a car tire, tighten up lug nuts, opposite of each other. And you want to make sure you have even head space. There'll be a gap, a rim gap, right around here. You want to make sure you got an even gap all the way around. If it's not even, adjust it a little bit, you're good to go. So now we're going to turn up our heat, and we're going to let it steam. We're going to let it steam right here. We want a steady stream of steam coming off for 10 minutes before we put our gauge on. So we've been steaming for 10 minutes. Now it's time to put our pressure gauge on. We're going to do 10 pounds of pressure, and we're going to go for 30 minutes. There we go. All right, folks. So our timer just went off for 30 minutes. We're going to turn off the stove, and we're going to let this cool down naturally. All right, guys. So it's cooled down. We went on ahead. We undid our screws on the side. This is safe to take off. Anytime you open the lid on one of these pressure canners, you want to open it away from you. So real easy. We're going to open it up. Quick look. None of them cracked or broke or anything. Doesn't look like we even have any siphoning going on. So I'm going to set this down. Now we're going to gently take these out. And as you guys can see, we still have some bubbling action going on in there. So we're going to set these over on a towel and let them cool off. For us, canning season's never over. We can year-round here on the Nutty Gnome Homestead. So until next time, you guys get out there, get your carrots canned, get them put on the pantry. You'll appreciate having them this winter. Y'all stay safe.